Now, how many times have you stood in line for gas for over an hour? And then when you finally get there, you pay twice the price you did last week. Well, it's enough to drive anybody mad.
That's right.
I'm really getting steamed. He's not as steamed as I am, the guy reading this with me. My next guest was so mad he did something about it. Let's hear it for him. Here he is, and he's steamed too. Here is Brent.
There you go. If they don't lower the gas, we're gonna lower the boom. Quit shipping all that wheat and corn and forget the golden rule. If they don't lower the price of crude, we'll just cut off their food. And in about a week, they'll sing a different tune. Yeah, they will. Crude oil prices have gotten so high, it's getting hard to survive. And I bet those Middle East countries are having a laugh. 'Cause the way things are going, well, it won't be very long till we're shelling out $1.50 for the gallon of gas, yeah. If they don't lower the gas, we're gonna lower the boom. Quit shipping all that wheat and corn and forget the golden rule. And if people still want to play rough, we'll show them what's really tough. Let them make a loaf of bread from a gallon of crude. If you folks in the Middle East are listening to me, you better listen to what I'm saying and tell a friend. 'Cause we'll take it for a while, but once you get us riled, you're gonna think you've got a tiger by the tail. If they don't lower the gas, we're gonna lower the boom. Quit shipping all that wheat and corn and forget the golden rule. Don't forget, we can last longer without crude and y'all can food. So if you don't lower the gas, we're gonna lower the boom. Yeah. I'll tell you, I've been having myself a pretty rough time lately. Just yesterday, I coasted my 58 Cadillac convertible down into Rippy's Rocks on station. I told Rippy to fill that sucker up. He took one look at me and one look at that gas hog and said, "Brent, you're gonna have yourself a co-signer." That's rough. Well, I'll tell you, folks, our farmers feed the world with their crops. And that includes the countries I've been talking about. If they don't lower the price of crude, we're gonna raise the price of food. Let them pay $10 for a 1-pound loaf of bread. Yeah. If they don't lower the gas, we're gonna lower the boom. Quit shipping all that wheat and corn and forget the golden rule. We've been nice guys long enough. Now's the time to get tough. Cheaper crude and no more food. And I really mean it out there now. Cheaper crude and no more food. Here we go.
We'll be right back with Jay Johnson from Soap right after this. This is the young man who just sang that song for you about crude oil. I want you to know he's a Vietnam veteran.
Right.
And my producer, Vince Calandra, has known you for a long time.
Right. We met.
He said the last time he saw you were a mere shadow of yourself.
About 95 pounds.
You'd been shot?
Right, I got shot in the leg and the shoulder back in '68, and it was '69 when I met Vince when he was working with the Ed Sullivan Show, and they did part of the show actually on our ward at Fitzsimmons Army Hospital in Denver.
Didn't he try to keep you out of surgery so you could be on the show?
Yeah,
we still doing the same thing. Stopping people on their way to the hospital. You want to be on a Mike Douglas show?
No, I'll tell you what happened. Of course, Vince came in a few days ahead of time to set up the show, and he kind of befriended me, you know, and because I'd been an entertainer and stuff as a kid. I was only 18 or 19 at the time, and the show was at 9 o'clock, and he wanted me to see the show because I was right in front of where the show was going to be, and my surgery was at 7, and the show was at 9, and he went to the doctors and said, "Get Brent his surgery canceled where he can, see the show." And no way, because it was very important that I go in, but Lord knows he tried.
How long were you in the hospital, Brent?
Almost 3 years, the first time.
Now,
yeah, I had a few complications.
There's been a lot of late about how the Vietnam veterans are being treated or mistreated by our government. What are your feelings? You're such a happy-go-lucky guy. I hate to go for something like that, but I just want to get your feelings on it.
Well, it's all what you make it, I think. It's like anything else.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
I mean, do you feel you've been forgotten by the government?
I don't think so. I think some things could be done to help some of the guys that have had a hard time adjusting, especially the guys that were in the infantry like I was. I was only there for 4 months. The guys that were there for 12 months and saw a lot of things go on for 12 months.
You'd have been there longer had you not been shot.
Right, you betcha. I'd been there the whole time. Yeah, there's some things that could be done, especially for the guys that had trouble adjusting when they got back. Personally, made the best of it. I'm just happy to be alive after getting shot twice. You don't complain, right? There's a lot of guys at Fitzsimmons Army Hospital. You can ask Vince. There was about 9% of the guys were worse off than I was. They used to call me a 10-toed freak.
10-toed?
Because I had all my toes and all my fingers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But everybody was in good spirit up there. It was a great environment.
Josh.
I was just going to add to that. I mean, that's, you've been very fortunate and you were blessed with a special talent and you were able to sing and stuff like that. I think the problem lies in those gentlemen. I was just watching a thing on the news last night, the ones who have come back and are just looking for regular jobs, man. And these guys were saying what happens, they were wounded and they go look for a job and the employer says, well, they don't want to take a chance, because of insurance or whatever, and they're running into problems. And they were saying, hey, we were there because, you guys sent us there. Now we're coming back, you're not taking care of us. And I think that's where the problem lies, and I think they do have a gripe, if that's all I was just going to add
Your
to.
record is the one you just performed, I'm told, is on Voice of America and all. I'm curious to know what kind of reaction it's getting overseas.
Well,
that message is, we're laughing and joking about it, but there's a tremendous message
There's
there.
an underlying message all the way through.
I should say. You meant it that way, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but I wanted to say it in a lighthearted way. But yeah, I meant every word in it. I surely did. Voice of America is playing it. The BBC called me about 2 weeks ago.
Hello.
They played it. Hello, this is Jeffrey Boyce with the BBC, those guys. And it's doing well over there, I guess, as far as I know. I know the Voice of America has broadcast it. And of course, that goes to all the communist countries and all the OPEC nations, too. They get to hear it, too.
You haven't heard from them, have you?
Oh, I hope not.